The Borrowed Shirt, Chapter 1. This morning, while sipping my masala chai, I remembered something my grandmother often said in her soft, wise voice. Beta, we all come into this world wearing borrowed clothes. Nothing is truly ours, not even our name, our fame, or our belongings. We are only caretakers for a little while. At that time, I never really understood what she meant. But life, as always, has its own way of explaining things. Chapter 2. The Show Off. Years ago, there was a young man named Rohit. He was the kind who loved to make an impression. Every weekend, he'd show up in the latest branded shirt, shiny loafers, and a phone that cost more than his monthly salary. His philosophy was simple. The world only respects those who look rich. He believed that if people saw him in expensive clothes, they would automatically see him as successful, confident, and powerful. Chapter 3. The Visit. One Saturday afternoon, Rohit decided to visit an old college friend, Vivek, who lived on the outskirts of the city in a small one-bedroom apartment. The house was humble. Plain curtains, mismatched chairs, and a ceiling fan that made a soft humming sound. But it was clean, calm, and peaceful. Vivek welcomed him with a broad smile, the kind that makes you feel instantly at home. He offered him tea, fried some pakoras, and even poured out the last bit of cold drink he had in the fridge, just to make Rohit feel comfortable. But Rohit wasn't looking at the warmth or the effort. His eyes scanned the old walls, the modest furniture, and the faded curtains. And he felt pity. Chapter 4. The Arrogance. Yaar Vivek, Rohit said with a smirk, adjusting his branded sunglasses. You really need to start thinking big, man. Life doesn't reward mediocrity. He tapped on his designer shirt and added, Look at me. I'm hustling hard. You should too. Don't just sit here in this tiny room acting like everything's fine. There was no malice in his tone, just blind arrogance. Vivek didn't argue. He didn't defend himself or explain that happiness doesn't come from brands or a bank balance. He just smiled, a calm, knowing smile, not of weakness, but of someone who understood life better than most. Chapter 5. The Fall. Months passed. Life, unpredictable as ever, decided to turn the tables. Rohit lost his job. The company downsized, and he was among the first to go. Suddenly, the EMI reminders became nightmares. His credit card bills piled up like mountain peaks. The same friends who once laughed at his jokes at fancy cafes now ghosted him. The phone that once buzzed with party invites became eerily silent. And one by one, everything he was proud of, the fancy clothes, the new phone, the high lifestyle, began to fade away. For the first time in years, Rohit felt alone, frightened, and broken. Chapter 6. The Return. One evening, there was a knock on his door. When he opened it, there stood Vivek, that same old friend, holding a grocery bag in one hand and a calm smile on his face. Bhai, I heard about your job, Vivek said. Don't worry, sab theek ho jayega. He brought food. He lent Rohit a small amount of money without hesitation, and more importantly, he stayed, offering emotional support when everyone else had disappeared. Days turned into weeks. Vivek would often visit, cook for Rohit, and sit quietly beside him when words weren't enough. Chapter 7. The Realization. One night when the rain was tapping softly on the window, Rohit broke down. Tears rolled down his cheeks as he whispered, I don't even recognize myself anymore, yaar. I used to feel so strong, so confident. Now I feel like nothing. Vivek didn't say much. He simply stood up, went inside the small cupboard, and came out with a shirt, a simple cotton checked shirt. He draped it gently over Rohit's shoulders to warm him up. Rohit froze. It was the same shirt he had once mocked, the same shirt he had looked down upon, the same shirt he thought was too cheap to be seen in. And today, that very shirt was comforting him. The warmth didn't come from the fabric, it came from the friendship, from the humility, from the reminder that life is never one sided. Chapter 8. The Lesson. As Rohit held on to that shirt, a deep truth settled in his heart, the kind that no book, no sermon, and no motivational quote can teach. He realized that people are not defined by what they wear or what they own. True wealth isn't measured in bank balances or branded shoes. It's measured in kindness, loyalty, and empathy. The things money can't buy and time can't steal. Chapter 9. A few years later, when Rohit rebuilt his life, this time with humility and gratitude, he often told this story to others. He'd say with a smile, "Never look down on someone because their shirt costs less than yours. That shirt might be the one that covers you when your world falls apart." And every time he said it, he'd think of his grandmother's words. We all came into this world wearing borrowed clothes. Nothing we have is truly ours. We are only caretakers. So this weekend, remember, respect people, not possessions. Judge hearts, not houses. And never forget, the world moves in circles. Because the shirt you laugh at today might be the one keeping you warm tomorrow. Moral: clothes will fade, phones will become outdated, money will come and go. But a good heart, that's forever.